Good, happy Friday morning, March 19, 2021. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Friday morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Friday morning, so let's begin. First up, let's begin with a look at your COVID-19 numbers in New Hampshire. Let's take a look at those right now. And here is a look at those COVID-19 numbers for all of you right now. There are 79,702 number of people in New Hampshire have tested positive for COVID-19. There are 1,207 number of deaths from COVID-19 in New Hampshire. And there are 75 current number of hospitalizations for COVID-19 in New Hampshire. And that is a look at your COVID-19 numbers in New Hampshire. So, New Hampshire may be weeks away from opening up COVID-19 vaccinations to all. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Summit Packaging Systems is hiring for all shifts. Summit knows stability, security, and growth are extremely valuable. You'll develop skills to succeed and earn steady income and benefits. Apply online at summitpackagingsystems.com/careers today.
The governor isn't committing to a date, but soon he says anyone 16 and older will be eligible for the COVID-19 vaccine.
It really is just weeks away that any citizen, adult citizen in the state of New Hampshire will be able to go to Vinnie and sign up for their vaccine.
Vinnie is the state's new scheduling website, which has already enrolled thousands of Granite Staters to get their shots through vaccines.nh.gov.
I want to continue to strongly recommend and encourage people to take the first vaccine available to them, the first appointment that is available, and we are looking to try and rapidly increase the number of needles that we put into arms.
On Monday, enrollment in Phase 2B opens for anyone 50 and older. Sununu says Vinnie will have 200,000 first-dose appointments through April ready to be booked.
Folks shouldn't worry about having to be just the first one in line. There's going to be plenty of room for everyone, but it does start this Monday.
With warmer weather upon us, the state is lifting some restrictions for amusement parks, tourist trains, and performing arts.
It doesn't open everything to 100% capacity, but it addresses some of the issues of where social distancing and masking really needs to be, adhered to.
Sununu remains optimistic about what summer could look like in New Hampshire.
I tell everyone to plan big, plan for a successful summer and a summer that looks more like 2019 than 2020.
Back to vaccines, Sununu says as more vaccines become available, the state will continue to book more appointments. So if you're in Phase 2B, you might be able to move up your appointment, as others already have. Reporting live in Concord, Mike Cronin, WMUR News.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Cases of COVID-19 tick up in New Hampshire. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
What is there not to love about Franklin Pierce?
The Pierce Promise New Hampshire Scholarship Program is new at Franklin Pierce for high school seniors.
The average number of new infections per day over the last week has increased slightly.
Public health officials are monitoring a slight uptick in COVID-19 cases in New Hampshire, following what had been an extended period of decline.
I think it's springtime. I think people are getting a lot of COVID fatigue. I think we're getting lax about our wearing masks and social distancing. We are not out of this yet.
Hospitalizations have jumped from the mid-60s to the mid-70s. While the swing isn't big enough to sound any alarms, the state epidemiologist is encouraging people not to become complacent. because if this becomes a trend, it could interfere with the pace of reopening.
It's certainly the goal to be able to relax restrictions, but in order to be able to take these steps, we need to maintain control of the virus and prevent it from spreading, at high levels in our community. And that requires people to continue to adhere to the social distancing and the face mask use.
While numbers could bounce around in the short term, the governor says as vaccination efforts roll on, he does expect the COVID-19 hospitalization rate to fall once again.
As I think we see that second shot really permeate through the 65 and up demographic, and then ultimately the 50 and up demographic, there's no way that we're not going to see a drop in the hospitalizations long term.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Colleges urge students to take precaution as campus COVID-19 cases rise. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Summit Packaging Systems is hiring for all shifts. Summit knows stability, security, and growth are extremely valuable. You'll develop skills to succeed and earn steady income and benefits. Apply online at summitpackagingsystems.com/careers today.
Halfway through the semester, and officials at St. Anselm College say they've hit the highest number of cases to date, a pace they call unsustainable in terms of capacities for quarantine and isolation, telling students this week we have to dial this back, asking them to stay on campus on weekends.
Students and others are allowed to leave, but we really ask them to make it essential travel only.
A reminder letter sent to UNH students as well. A 15-case daily average moving to 25 the last 2 days after Durham police broke up over a dozen off-campus parties last Thursday and Friday with no mask wearing or social distancing.
You have parties of 100+ kids, then, the chances are very good that somebody in that crowd is going to be infected.
Sending them over to us to be dealt with at a student conduct level adds a little bit more seriousness to the warnings that they issue.
The UNH police chief says case numbers aren't jumping in a way that alarms them yet. The positivity rate's still below the state's, but they are watching and doubling up on messaging.
We've got about 6 weeks left, and I think it's going to be. It's going to take all our efforts to make sure everything goes well in the community.
Now, UNH students won't get their spring break, but they are getting 2 days off without classes. And the first is tomorrow. The school has set up Wildcat Wellness Weekend with a wide range of programs to encourage them to stay local. We're live in Portsmouth. Jennifer Crompton, WMUR News Now.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. State Senate approves school education freedom accounts vouchers bill in 14-10 party line vote. Senate Bill 130 tabled after vote but is expected to remerge later in session through state budget process. Teachers living in New Hampshire but working in Maine left in vaccination limbo. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9. Okay, technical difficulties there. Sorry about that, everyone. Hopefully.
When it's time to invest in a new roof, be smart and look at more factors than just the final price. Not all roofs are the same.
Melanie Allen lives in Chatham and works in Maine, teaching English as a second language. When her school started clinics, she was told she couldn't get vaccinated because she didn't live there.
I made some calls to make sure that really was right, and indeed, that is correct.
She called New Hampshire officials to discuss the problem, but she hit another dead end.
I'm so disappointed that no one was able to say, oh, we'll fix that right away.
The state vaccination site coordinator in New Hampshire is now weighing in.
Massachusetts and Vermont do it the same way we do. If you work in that state, then you get vaccinated in that state as a teacher. Maine's not doing that. We've talked to them, but they've elected not. If you live in New Hampshire and you teach in Maine, then you're not eligible in Maine.
Teachers living in New Hampshire and working in Maine can get vaccinated here in the Granite State as a regular citizen when their age bracket is eligible. But some don't feel it's right that they have to wait.
Especially as we start hearing, public chatter about trying to get more kids in school more frequently. And it's a real stressor for teachers. Absolutely. The quicker we're able to do this and get these, the quicker we can get more students hopefully into the buildings and be back to something that feels a little bit more normal than what we have right now.
The teachers we spoke to say they realize what the current rules are, but they're hoping by telling their story, some new action is taken. Reporting in Manchester, Kristen Carosa, WMUR News Now.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And take a look at this story. A young man with autism writes via cover letter. Let's take a listen to this video.
Okay guys, Microsoft Surface Pro 7, MacBook Pro. Surface comes with a pen and touchscreen. Mac gave me this little bar, but just give me a whole touchscreen. Surface Pro has a detachable keyboard. Then there's the price. Yeah.
Funny tonight here, the young man applying for a new job and his cover letter. His words, his determination, America strong. Tonight, the cover letter, now seen by millions. The 20-year-old with autism, Ryan Lowry from Leesburg, Virginia, applying for work as an animation artist. He's gifted in math, music, and technology.
I'm a bright guy, but I also communication is hard for me.
So Ryan wrote his cover letter and posted it on LinkedIn.
Hi, David. I'm Ryan Lowry.
And tonight, right here, Ryan reading his letter to us.
Dear future employer, my name is Ryan Lowry. I realize that someone like you will have to take a chance on me.
Ryan asking potential employers to take a chance on him. And he goes on to write, I don't learn like typical people do. I would need a mentor to teach me, but I learn quickly. Once you explain it, I get it.
I promise that if you hire me and teach me, you'll be glad that you did.
And tonight, we are happy to report that Ryan now has multiple job opportunities to consider. And right here, his promise to them.
I will do a good job drawing and creating using my imagination.
And his parents telling us they are extraordinarily proud.
Very proud of him. What every mom wants is for their children to grow up and have a life and support themselves and be independent.
Well, we loved what Ryan asked, for someone just to take a chance on him. We can't wait to hear where you head to work.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Awesome story there. And thank you for joining us for this morning edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Goodbye, everyone.